Well, let's start with Meghan and Harry because they've been snubbed by their family.
This is a brutal snub. This is a wild slap in the face. Harry will be devastated. It's a royal cancellation. It is a royal snub. It's Harry who will be feeling this most keenly. It's an act of war, it's my understanding. And your head's going to fall off when I tell you this.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Expresso. I'm JJ Nisyobi and this is Mark Dolan, fan favourite. How you doing, Mark?
Good to see you, JJ.
You too, buddy. You too. How's your weekend?
Very good. Yeah, I've just been thinking about Harry and Meghan non-stop, really. They live rent-free in my head.
Well, let's start with Meghan and Harry because they've been snubbed by their family. And not even the good part of the family. Not the main part of the family. You know, the Wills and the Kates of the world. Sorry, William and Catherine's.
Be careful.
Be careful. The people, they hate me calling her Kate.
Because she is our lovely Princess Catherine, and she always will be. And by the way, soon Queen Catherine. Well, not soon, but at some point she'll be
slow down.
Queen. Careful. I don't have medical information about our great monarch. God bless Charles, and long may he reign. But when he passes, we will have King William and Queen Catherine, at which point, by the way, Meghan Markle's head is going to explode. She'll be over. She'll disappear in a puff of smoke.
Well, she's kind of disappearing already, mate.
Right.
Because Harry's cousin, Philippe, it's Philip, but I'm calling him Philippe.
Makes him more glamorous, doesn't it?
Yeah, much more glamorous, much more exotic. He's getting married, his second one. Nothing wrong with that. Second marriages are normally the best ones.
That's exactly
so I hear.
Right. Second time lucky.
Second time lucky. He's getting married to a lovely Harriet, and Harry and Meghan have been snubbed. They've been pushed out.
This is a brutal snub. This is a wild slap in the face. Harry will be devastated. Now, it's not certain that the couple would have attended. We've got that nonsense about their security, which to me is total fake news, considering the couple travel the world, go to lots of other dangerous places without armed cops. But that aside, that's the excuse for them not coming to the UK yet together as a family. Notwithstanding whether or not they would have gone to the wedding, they've not been invited.
Ouch.
And you can bet your bottom dollar that William and Catherine most certainly were. Now, the wedding's in just a few days' time, and we actually don't know still for sure whether William and Catherine are going, but they're obviously invited. And the reason why this is a brutal snub is because Peter Phillips and Harry have been very, very close for many years, going all the way back to 1997 when Diana passed. And he was sent to Balmoral to be an emotional minder, like a safeguarding figure for the boys. And they've been very close for the entirety of Harry's life. Much loved cousins. Of course, I will tell you that I think that Peter and Zara Phillips are just fantastic people.
Yeah.
And the reason why they're fantastic people is because their mother is Princess Anne, who is probably my favourite member of the royal family.
She's also my favourite. Love her.
She's beautiful. She's elegant. She recycles her clothes even more than you do. Because I know that's late 80s what you're wearing at the moment. Poor JJ, he's on a budget. He has got the alimony. The ex-Mrs. Anisiobi, it was a shocking deal. But here we are. So Anne, who I'm such a fan of, and she's the hardest working royal, as we know. This woman, this wonderful lady, has the accident with the horse. She's back at work within days. And by the way, it's my understanding she was much more seriously injured from that altercation with the horse than was reported. Why was the injury more serious than we heard? Because she didn't want to make a fuss.
Yeah.
And that's why she's elite level to me. And she raised two great kids in Zara and Peter. Good-looking royals, which is quite a rare thing.
That's true.
Isn't it? Everything's in the right place.
Yeah.
We've got a bit of facial symmetry for once. Praise the Lord. You look human. So Zara, she's a very pretty girl, isn't she? Without being, too blokey about it.
Yeah,
she's a very good-looking woman.
And her husband is, I think, Mike Tyndall. Since he did the nose job, I think he is very handsome.
He's terrific, terrific guy. So they're very happily married, and they've started a family. And Zara, is royal in just the right way, which is that she's clearly a member of the royal family, but she's got her business interests. It's all very discreet. She actually does business in Australia, and it's not as ugly as the scenes of Harry and Meghan selling their clothes online when they went to Oz. And then you got Peter. And Peter's on his second marriage. She's a very lovely lady, and good luck to them. The reason why Zara and this relates to Harry and Meghan. The reason why Zara and Peter are great royals is because the parents were no nonsense. And Anne meant it when she said she wanted Peter and Zara to have a normal childhood and wanted them to be private citizens. Yes, they've got their royal responsibilities. They can't just go to a nightclub and get drunk and disgrace themselves, but they should be relatively free. How does she do that? They were not prince and princess, which was a very bold move all those years ago. That was almost unprecedented. So they turned out great. And Peter's just a great guy and a regular guy. And yet, everything he's done for Harry all those years, supporting him, being best friends, having beers together, they were drinking buddies. Obviously a huge amount in common. And Peter has dumped Harry. It's the ultimate cancellation because it's a royal cancellation. It is a royal snub. It's mind-boggling that Harry wasn't invited. Now, before we came on air, we said the Sussexes have been, snubbed. And it's absolutely true. They are husband and wife. But it's Harry who will be feeling this most keenly.
Yeah.
And what does it mean for Harry's relationship with the royal family? Because Peter is very close to William. And they're all in England. And they're all royals. And it's very much Team Wales versus Team Sussex. And Team Sussex, I've got to tell you, is an increasingly lonely place. Who is in Team Sussex? It's Harry and Meghan and probably a couple of hangers-on like Daniel Martin, Meghan's makeup artist from Suits, and a couple of other Z-listers. That's it. Because on the Mark Dolan show this weekend, I reported the shocking development that the Obamas, the Clooneys, Oprah Winfrey, they've all gone completely cold on Harry and Meghan. Why? Because I think the couple are seen as toxic. They're actually, it's bad for your brand if you hang out with them. And perhaps Peter has made a judgment that if Harry turned up with his miserable demeanour,
it's nice to be at this wedding, but have I told you about my terrible life in a mansion in California? Yeah.
So, and it seems that Peter Phillips has made a judgment that actually, if you invite Harry and Meghan, that it's going to be about Harry. It's going to be the Harry show, which it always is. So I think they made the right decision, but it's a big setback because it reminds all of us just how toxic the Sussex brand is, and that this couple want to have a special day, don't want it polluted by the Duke and Duchess's double standards. And the other reason, or what it also tells us, is that Harry is continuing to remain estranged from his own family.
But the only other people who have not been invited, because I'm told it's even King Charles.
Well, I'm going.
They've even invited the Dolan.
I've already seen the bridesmaids. They look like really good people. They've all got correct symmetry as well. Not one. There's one of them. It hasn't worked out. She's a good person.
The only people who haven't been invited apart from Harry and Meghan is Fergie and Andrew. Now, what does that say that they're put in the same category as Harry and Meghan?
It's also my understanding, and your head's going to fall off when I tell you this, there was a conversation about whether Andrew and Sarah Ferguson would attend.
Really?
And whether or not they will be. Now, clearly, it was a quite short conversation. But a conversation was had, and it was decided not the best move.
Yeah.
Well, poor old Harry wasn't even in the mix for an invite. So he's done. And Diana, God bless her, may God rest her soul, what would she make of all of this? That Peter Phillips was there for William and Harry in their time of need, 1997, all the things they shared together. Don't forget that Peter was at Harry and Meghan's wedding. Harry went to Zara's wedding, Mike Tyndall, 2011. So they've been as close as anything. And I think that if Harry had been invited to this Royal Society event of the year, that would have been the beginning of a thawing of relations. And with his absence and with the lack of an invitation, then for Harry, he's got an uphill struggle getting back in that family.
Do you think there's any chance that William said to Philippe, listen, I'd love to come, but I can't go if you're going to invite the Ginger Whinger.
I didn't realise he was Don Corleone from The Godfather.
Listen.
I gave you my trust. Don't invite the Ginger Whinger.
Because I got married in July last year, and there were people at my wedding that I didn't want there, but I've been invited to their weddings, so I thought I had to invite them to my wedding.
I know, it's
right?
obligatory. Unfortunately, for weddings, the guest list writes itself, doesn't it? A lot of the time.
Yeah. So the fact that Harry went to Philip's first wedding, Philip went to Harry and Meghan's wedding, and now Philip has not invited Harry. That's
This is it. I mean, it's an act of war.
Yeah.
This is brutal. I suspect that Harry would not have attended the wedding for fear of bumping into William, for one thing.
Absolutely.
And also, he's got quite a few engagements this year. He's coming for the Invictus Countdown. He may be back later in the year as well. So it's not about whether he's there. It's about that invitation. Did it go to Montecito, California? And yes, as you say, it's quid pro quo. If you're invited to the wedding, you go to theirs.
Yeah.
And this is, this will be very painful for Harry. Harry will be devastated by this. He'll be hurting. Meghan couldn't care less, because there is not the emotional capital for Meghan in this one. Harry's desperate to get back to England, desperate to get back to his family. He misses his old life. For Meghan, she is interested in a return to the UK. But as we've said before on the show, that's for transactional purposes, right? That's business. It's the brand. Harry has an emotional pull. And at the moment, whilst he's got the pull, the royals are pushing away.
Well, if you're enjoying what you've heard so far, please like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the hype button. And if you're listening on Spotify, give us a 5-star review. Go on. Now, Marky Mark, let's move on to Meghan Markle's media hypocrisy.
OMG.
Good grief. So she posted a picture, another one, of, well, I was going to call her Lilibet, but you refused to call her that name.
Right. I mean, I should never dictate the language you use. You are one of the country's leading journalists. You've been choosing your own words for decades now, haven't you?
Yes.
And what excellent words you choose. Which is why we love your columns, why we love the Expresso. But I don't use the word Lilibet because it's a stolen name. And this is one of the most egregious crimes of the Sussexes, is to take the pet name of Queen Elizabeth that was just used by those closest to her, including her beloved husband, Philip. For them to appropriate that, well, that was strategic by Meghan because she is pathologically transactional. It was a very smart move. It's the intellectual property of the royal family that she's co-opting by having. Now, they call her Lily, but when the time is right, it'll be Lilibet. And of course, it'll be Princess Lilibet, brackets, Queen Elizabeth. So the bottom line is that Lily, whatever we call her, but Lily, who, by the way, smashing little kid. And as we said on the show before, there is no issue with the kids, right? They are children.
Yeah.
And may God bless them. It's the parents I worry about. Meghan Markle is going to make a speech about the dangers of social media again, how toxic it is, how it can lead to misery and death. And what does she do? In the same week, she puts Lily on Instagram. Is it Lily's birthday? Is it Christmas? Is it Easter? What is the special occasion? The special occasion is Meghan's desperation, because she knows her finances are absolutely disastrous. And it's my understanding, by the way, that she's much more worried about the money side than Harry is, because he doesn't understand bills.
Yeah.
Doesn't understand debt and poverty because he's never been there. But Meghan has come from a degree of, humble background into wealth, and she doesn't want to go back there. So she's put Lily on social media. It's truly shocking. What do you think about it?
It just seems very hypocritical. Like, this is what she said. For too long, we've accepted a dangerous bargain that modern connection must come at the cost of the innocence of childhood. That innovation excuses injury. That speed matters more than safety. Medic! So,
Can we start again? Cut!
So for her to say that, and then be, after she's posting pictures of a kid online, it doesn't make any sense, does it? It does sound very hypocritical. And I like to defend and be balanced with Meghan.
And you're really fair about Meghan.
I am fair
and you
about
haven't
her.
got it in for her at all.
I have not. But that's
In fact, I think she could be Mrs. Anasiobi number 3.
no chance.
When things don't work out with the lovely incumbent.
There is literally zero chance. Zero. For her, not for me. I'm not interested. Marky Mark.
Depends how much the Daily Expresso pay you.
Not enough.
Because if it's a few million a year, Meghan will be all over you like a rash.
Wait, are you getting paid for this?
I mean, too much. I can't lie. Have you not seen the BMW outside? So yeah, no, you're right. We've both got kids, haven't we?
We have.
And we're both broadcasters and we're in the media. Have you plastered images of your offspring online?
No, but I haven't. What I also haven't done is I haven't plastered images of my kid online and then said it's bad to put your kid online and online is dangerous and yada yada yada.
Right.
Yada. That's mad.
Well, this is it. And that's why I don't think that when Meghan does the benevolent stuff, the charity stuff, the philanthropist stuff, I don't think she means it. Because if she meant it, she would do as she says. If you hated social media, which Harry and Meghan claim to do, you wouldn't have
you have an
an
account.
Instagram account at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be quite spectacular if Meghan came on the show, did an interview with you, and just said, I actually find social media has been the worst thing that happened to the world, which, by the way, is the view of a lot of quite sensible people who do think things have gone horribly wrong for the human race since social media. And she's, for that reason, I'm not going to participate in it. I'm not going to use these platforms. I'm not going to help them.
Yeah.
I'm going to communicate in a normal way, and I'll do broadcasts, and I might write the piece of journalism. I'll do the odd speech. Instead, she's monetizing Instagram. And it's one thing to sell the jam and the flour sprinkles. It's one thing to have clips of the TV show. No problem. I do get it. The Sussexes need an income. But what's completely unacceptable is using the kids. I just think it's so wrong. I mean, it's quite clear now, in my view, that Archie and Lily are front and center of her brand. And I think she sees them, she's developing them, she's growing them within the brand so that you very much perceive the Sussex Inc. as Harry, Meghan and Archie and Lily. It's the Fab Four. And I feel like she's storyboarding it already, putting them out there. And how's she doing that? She's using social media, a set of platforms that in a speech she's going to condemn.
Yeah. But this hypocrisy. You remember when Harry was banging on about saving the earth and gas guzzling and billionaires flying around the world?
Yeah.
And then he was pictured being driven to the airport in a Range Rover, huge gas guzzler.
Yep.
And then he realised he'd forgotten his clubs or something, or his polo gear.
Yeah, the polo mallets.
Yeah. So they had to drive, send another gas guzzler to bring his polo gear for him to get onto his private jet. The hypocrisy with these two seems to just continue.
Yes, and I've got to say it sticks in the craw for me when Harry and Meghan are presented to the world as a global ambassador, as benevolent figures. They're out for themselves, and it's my view that the charitable stuff... Now, I'm not going to attack the principle of Invictus because the people that participate are total heroes. They've been heroes in the battlefield, and now they're heroes in the sporting arena. They've rebuilt their lives and sometimes their bodies to compete at the highest level. Bravo. Any of the charities they're involved in, fine. But Harry and Meghan's motivation, in my view, is not to do good. It is to boost their brand, its clicks, and its dollars.
With Invictus, what is it? It costs something like 100,000 per participant.
Yeah.
Which could just be, that could just be money spent buying them a better wheelchair or having their house redone for make it more able for them.
100%.
100 grand per person seems like a lot. It reminds me of the time my sister-in-law was asking for sponsorship to raise money for a kid's wheelchair. So she's going to do a sponsored jumping out of a plane thing, a parachute jump. And I remember saying, why don't you just not do the parachute jump and just raise the money?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I've often thought that. In fact, I've written a big fat check every single April not to do the London Marathon. Just like, how much? Where do I sign? Because but that's the point. And the other thing with the charitable endeavours is that Charles does that, William does that, Catherine does that, and you don't hear about it. And it's the same with some big celebrities who just quietly get on with it. You've got the amazing Elton John, who's one of my heroes, and this guy set up the Elton John AIDS Foundation, tens of millions of dollars raised. Do you hear him? All he does, the only time you hear about it is when he does a concert in aid of it.
Yeah.
But has he made it part of his brand? I don't think he has, actually. I think it's just something that he's done. And so, but the couple have to leverage whatever they can. I think the philanthropy, what I would consider it to be, is a grift. I think it's a grift, you know. And as you mentioned with Invictus, how many lives are transformed by it?
Yeah. It's a difficult one. Let's move on to Prince Harry. This is a Harry special, this episode, isn't it? Crikey.
Really, yeah.
He has a
They're
secret.
talking about me on the Daily Expresso. It's very, very, very depressing, actually, you know, because they're saying all these things about me that are true, yeah. I don't like the truth. I might sue them, actually. I love suing people. I've got like a suit. I've got a suing suit, you know.
That guy. What are we going to do with him? How do you solve a problem like Harry? The guy, I think he literally just can't get it right, can he? Poor bloke. I feel a bit sorry for him, actually.
You feel sorry for Prince Harry?
Yeah. Which enrages our viewers when I say that.
That does. You guys hate it when Mark says he feels sorry for Prince Harry. The comments normally read stuff like, "Give over, Mark Dolan. Mark, what are you talking about? I feel sorry for him. Richest man in the country, yada, yada." All that kind of thing.
Well, our viewers are right that you shouldn't have sympathy for the guy, because we've got viewers, and I love the comments, read through them, and you know, people are like, well, wait a minute, I lost my mum when I was 10, or this happened to me, that happened to me, XYZ. I didn't suddenly become a horrible person that turns on the family. And I think it's a fair point. But he's still a human being.
He is. Well, listen, he has a secret deal with the palace.
So I see.
Yeah.
It's quite an interesting scoop, this. It's the is it the I newspaper?
Independence.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Well,
a
look,
difference.
that is certainly an interesting one. And it's a view shared by the Daily Mail and Richard Eden, who's their diary editor, who thinks there is a little bit of an agenda to get Harry back into the UK as a semi-royal, which of course is in contravention of the agreement with Elizabeth that he wouldn't be half in, half out, because she was a genius and she knew that that's not going to work. The idea is that, that from this story, which is quite compelling, and it ties in with what the Mail have been saying, that there is a degree of openness in the palace, particularly on the part of the king, to reconnect with his son. That's what Clarence House was about last September, and that there's talk of more to come. So the opportunity for Harry always has been and always will be his father, the king. William, forget about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that is arguably done and dusted.
Yes. But no matter if King Charles, and hopefully he has a long time on the throne.
Correct.
But he's going to have to work really, really hard to win William back around to accepting Harry. Because, look, Charles can bring Harry back into the fold as a quasi-royal, whatever. But once he's gone and William's in charge, Harry will be back out on his ear again.
Yes, and I think that I admire the king, but he's creating a bear trap for his eldest son, who needs to accede to the throne eventually, as we've said, hopefully a long time from now. But, you know, we know the king is an older man, he's battling cancer, so it will happen. And when he accedes to the throne, it should be a complete reset for the royal family. Cut away the deadwood, those sort of clinger-on royals that no one's ever heard of. Have a modern monarchy that lives within its means. And what he cannot have is endless headlines about his brother. And what he can't have is a competing royal court in California. That's less likely to happen if Harry is not the Duke of Sussex, but just Harry Mountbatten Windsor. Less likely to happen if he's not Prince Harry, and if Archie and Lily are not Prince and Princess. So it's my prediction that William will be bold and he'll move on that. The problem William's got is, with Charles being such a softie, it's a bigger job if when the king passes, Harry's back.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like to remove this guy from the institution. It's already happened once in 2020. He'll have to start from scratch.
Yeah.
And that will be, public relations-wise, and politically quite difficult. And it's possible that not all of the public will be comfortable with William cutting his brother off. And of course, Harry will leverage that to within an inch of his life. If Harry thinks that 20% of the public think it would be unkind to strip him of his titles and send him home, well, he'll use that against his own brother. And then what you've got is a civil war within the family between the future king and his brother. And of course, don't forget that Harry lives for this, because it's my view that Harry is as much of a narcissist as Meghan is. I just think with Meghan, it's out there, it's very public, it's priced in. But I think Harry is the secret narcissist. And I think he'd love all of that drama, he'd love all the intrigue, and he'd love to make merry hell for his brother.
Hope you enjoyed that episode of the Daily Expresso. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And again, if you're listening to us on Spotify, give us a 5-star review. Go on. Bye-bye.